I just asked, can we please do penis positivity part deux? You know?
Yeah.
And she said, sure, go for it. Let's see if you have enough to say. So this is all I want to say.
Welcome back to the Harley and Malarkey Podcast, Old Dog New Tricks. You might be wondering, what is the most popular episode we've ever done?
Or you're not wondering at all, but
No, you're probably not wondering at all.
Like, oh my God, I've been thinking all day long, like, this podcast is really blowing up,
yeah.
right? I mean,
it's huge. I heard Kate Hudson's coming on next week.
Kate Hudson's coming on. Tom Cruise is coming to demystify Scientology for us. Brad Pitt's talking about the divorce. And we've got some really high-end fun things going on right now.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We got both those people running for political office coming in to give us their points of view. We're the only one to get exclusive interview content with both of those people. Their names shall not be named.
One rhymes with rump.
Thump. And the other one's Maris. Real quick, before we get into a subject line here.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this podcast? I was just thinking, the reason that I agreed to do the podcast, it was your ideas, was like I think I have ideas that might make us a little bit better human race. And we've talked about things like penis positivity. We've talked about things like dancing, communication, love, you know. And so we want to just keep it very, very light. But when you look at different subjects in life that people just kind of paint over without ever examining and thinking about them and talking about them, this was a great platform for us to share.
We want to spread joy and spread love. Sounds cheesy, but one, it's hard to get you to sit still in one place and have a conversation with me. So
this is the only time we actually have conversations like this.
So one is selfish. Two is we are happy people, and we found love. We found love, and
we're trying to find a little balance in an imbalanced world.
Yeah.
And
just trying to make the world a happier place, one conversation at a time.
And you know what?
Having fun.
Love it, hate it, listen to it or don't. But we're having a good time. This is our own personal therapy, and thank you for being our therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So our most popular episode we've ever done is penis positivity.
That's just amazing. First one we ever did, too.
It's the first one we ever did, which maybe is part of the reason why, but not really, because every week it gets more and more downloads.
Good. Penis positivity or the other ones?
Penis positivity. I mean, all of them get a few more downloads each week, but I would say that one gets the most downloads.
So I just asked Harley D over here. Yeah, we call her Harley D. I just asked, can we please do penis positivity part deux? You know?
Yeah.
And she said, sure, go for it. Let's see if you have enough to say. So this is all I want to say. So penis positivity did definitely create a bit of an uproar. I said one thing I said, Malarkeys are not known for exceptionally large penises. Now, I did not, and this is funny that I'm defending this as I speak of penis positivity, but a lot of people in the community and listeners assumed immediately that was me saying I had a tiny penis. Now, if I do and did have a tiny penis, I'm still positive about my penis because that's the delivery of the message. But it's so.
You got out a ruler the other day.
I did get out a ruler. I was like going, I gotta know. And either way, we're saying, love thy tiny penis. Love thy giant penis. I, for the record, have a very average sized penis, right?
Above average.
Above average. Well, thank you. Grower, shower, all those things.
I do think now that men with tiny penises are not feeling as good about their penises anymore.
Because I just took myself out of the tiny penis thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so to make all you tiny penis people happy, I too have a tiny penis, all right? We know that maybe that's not true, but I will align with you guys to make you feel better about yourself.
The reason you said malarkey men was because your stepmom had made a comment. She was making fun of your penis when you were a little boy, and she said, you have a small penis just like your dad. And that was why you made that comment, and the comment got misconstrued that it meant something else. Just so you guys know something scientifically, penis size is actually on the X chromosome, so you get it from your mom. So If your penis isn't very big, you actually have your mom to blame, not your dad.
No. But we love our penis regardless of the size.
Yes.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, that is the whole point.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny is a lot of people in my immediate community started like whispering amongst themselves, like, "Oh my God, you hear Malarkey said he had a tiny penis?" And I was like, "I never did." And then people in my immediate family were like, "Dad, I can't believe you said you have a tiny penis." I was like, "I never said I did. I said I didn't have a large, exceptionally large. Malarkey men aren't known for exceptionally large penises." And the fact, I don't know if I'm defending it right now, and I'm not. I'm like, you can label me a tiny penis person, an average penis person, a massive Haktua penis person if you want to. But it's again, it's so funny. It did exactly what we were trying to get people not to do. Immediately, well, it did two things. We had a lot of comments on this one and a lot of people walking down the street. "I'm so proud of my tiny penis. Thank you, Moo." But immediately people started talking about the size of their penis. Like, "Oh, I can't believe they didn't say they're going to." Because everyone's bullshitting about their penis. If there's a lie where you increase, if you yarn
like on dating apps, like everybody's at least 5'10".
Everybody's 5'10". They're out doing the adventure. They're, they got they're skydiving. They're surfing. They're this. It's very embellished.
Yeah, this was like me trying to do that episode that we weren't going to put out about defending myself from not being a gold digger. I feel like this was mostly just you defending yourself so the world doesn't think that you have like a
tiny penis?
Yeah.
I don't even care if you think that now. You know what? I'm willing to stand by my penis regardless of the size, even though I took the ruler out there, which is just society putting its beliefs on us, and I want to know where I lined up. Love thy penis. Love thy penis.
Well, I thought I had an interesting... It did start a lot of conversations. I think it made some women ask their boyfriends, like, "Well, how do you feel about your penis?"
Because, it was crazy. We've had so many people talk about penises now, and which is positive.
Yeah, because I think that something that I noticed after putting this out there is the way that we talk about penises in the media. And now, if you are a reader of smut books, like if you've ever read like 50 Shades of Grey, or everybody's reading A Court of Thorns and Roses right now. They're known for their sex scenes. That's what a smut book is, in case you didn't know. And women love reading them, myself included occasionally. I read mostly nonfiction, but I enjoy a smut book every so often. But it's always the sex scenes are like, his giant, hard, throbbing cock could barely fit inside her. And that's like in movies. Like if there's a guy without, like, every hot guy in a movie, like automatically they talk about how he has a big dick. If there's somebody that's like not cool or weird in a movie, it's like they can make fun of his small dick. It's just automatically, if there's a sex scene and it's with somebody who's supposed to be hot, the dick is huge.
Big dick sell.
Yeah.
Big dick sell.
But it's like not all women like giant, hard, throbbing cocks. Like an average sized penis is a good size for a lot of vaginas.
Yeah.
But it's just something that's...
Yeah, I hope so. I wouldn't know. Oh, my God, put that fucking gun away, Malarkey.
Like there are guys that have a penis the size of like my forearm, and that scares the shit out of me. And I think that those men actually probably struggled the other direction, because I think that some women are scared to put their penis inside them. I've heard it.
I love it. Yeah, so now we're shaming large penis men. That's what we've done here now. No. Now you're making them feel bad about themselves.
I just think that, it's like we accept all colors of the rainbow, which I guess brings us back to Black's Beach.
Yep, so Harley, I was out of town. Was I out of town?
Yeah, you were.
I was out of town. So what does Harley do? She decides she's got to walk down through Black's Beach, our local nudie beach here in San Diego, Southern California, known for...
dicks.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks. And you started your Monday off with a bunch of dicks.
I did. It was on accident. It was actually a really cool secret.
It's never on accident. Nope. Harley was a little lonely, so she wanted to hang out with some dicks.
No, it was. But I actually ended up at this really cool little secret beach that
is world famous for being a nudie beach.
Well,
Your story is shot.
No, I was going to say what I accidentally put in my navigation, but I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to blow up this little spot that I found, which I guess now I'm basically, from context clues, you can figure it out. But I was like, wow, this beach is incredible. But then you keep
it's Black's
walking.
Beach.
Okay.
It's not like there's coves. It's like a really long stretch of beach from Scripps Pier all the way to whatever the next town
whatever.
up is.
You just blew up our spot. But anyways, it's an incredible little stretch of beach. And I was like, oh, there's actually no nudists here. Interesting. I'm like, maybe they don't get naked on a Monday. But it was because I hadn't walked far enough down the stretch of beach. And I'm like, oh, shit, they're here. And
all of them.
Yeah.
Dicks a hanging.
And it's pretty much all men for the most part. There were a few, like, there was a group of 3 girlfriends there together. There were a couple couples, but it's mostly men. And when you're walking on a nude beach and you're fully clothed, you try not to make eye contact with the penises.
And she told me this, and I was like, penises don't have eyes, all right?
It's called the one-eyed snake.
The one-eyed snake. Okay. So, I mean,
but
I think maybe people on Nudist Beach want you to look at the snake.
Probably. But that's also part of the reason why you don't look. Because
you don't give them what they want?
I mean, no. You make eye contact with the one-eyed snake, they might try and sell it to you.
Shut up. So I immediately, when I found out that she was walking amongst the snakes on a Monday morning, I said, well, how's the penis positivity on the beach? I mean, are the big snakes like running in the front and the little snakes hiding around the bush in the back? And she said,
no, it's an equal opportunity snake show.
It's snake charmers everywhere, let me tell you. What was so weird was then she went and bought a fucking flute. And she was like, ooh, you know how the cobras come up through that? She was trying to make them rise. Why did you do that?
Gross. But there were a lot of really tiny penises.
Oh.
The ones that I saw out of the corner of my eye.
But they were proud of those tiny penises.
Yeah. Well, and, growers, showers, fortunately, I saw only flaccid penises, thank God.
That would be a different beach experience now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And so, maybe these penises changed a lot in size, but just dangling in the wind, they were like little, inchworms.
Cute. Come on.
They were cute.
Don't put a measurement on it. They were little,
they were like
little side saddles. Little
thumbs.
Okay. Then that brought up me asking, what was the
pubic hair play? Most of them had a full bush. Most of the men had a full bush. There was this couple there that kind of looked like they were a porn star couple. He was completely shaven, and so was she. And they were like doing a naked photo shoot. He was taking photos of her. He had the biggest penis I saw.
Influencers in the wild.
Porn stars in the wild.
Porn stars in the wild.
Yeah.
Well, so at that point, when you told me about the bush, I was like, well, I keep my stuff tight. And it's for a couple different reasons. One, it makes me, feel good and makes me feel like I'm evolved a little bit, a little less hairy, not quite a monkey man. But it also gives a little bit of eye appeal that you're like, woo, that's a little bigger. Like if you got that big old bush, you're covering some distance. Your visuals are off a little bit. And if you cut down the bush around the tree appears to be much bigger.
As the founders of penis positivity, I think that that's what we need in the world.
I thought we decided that we weren't the founders of penis positivity. Nude beaches are the founders.
As proponents of penis positivity,
thank you.
We need more representation. That's
you want more people running around
naked? When the body positivity movement started, it was like we're not just going to have Victoria's Secret models in all of our movies. Like we need a more diverse.
You want
representation.
action stars with average sized penises.
Yeah, and
you want your books to say.
We need diversity in our media. Everybody needs to see themselves represented in the media that they're consuming. And I think that if you are an artist, a creator, a director, a writer.
Stop. David, the famous, model. Sculptor. Michelangelo. He knew that everybody didn't have a big schlong, right? David's got a very average sized schlong. And he is considered one of the most beautiful pieces of art ever created.
Yeah.
Michelangelo knew it.
We got lost,
We got lost. The smut books. I want the next smut book to be like, that average size throbbing penis. It didn't look large at first, but man, I got so excited. It grew to be rock hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't need.
I don't know if that sells the book, but
I don't know. I don't think everybody is super excited about a huge, giant, hard throbbing cock. It can be really painful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. and then men are like, I can't follow that. You know, you ever have somebody like give a speech before you or, you know, like do something better than you right before you. And then you're like the follow-up. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
You know, we never did a vagina positivity.
Well, this is a tee-up. This is a tee-up. There are different shapes.
Pussy positivity.
Pussy positivity.
Yeah, there's different lip styles.
Are some people ashamed of their pussies?
Yeah, that people get vaginoplasty.
Interesting.
Like people that haven't even had babies. There's this woman that I follow on Instagram, These Honey. She's a good follow. I enjoy her. And she really gives zero fucks, which I appreciate about her. But she had a vaginoplasty because her inner lips hung out longer than her outer lips. And it was uncomfortable and she was embarrassed by it. And now she has a remodeled kitty.
As the old dog to the old dog new tricks, I am going to have to really study this subject before we, offer our opinions.
Yeah. Well, we were also listening to Ron White. I think that's his name. Oh my God. Before bed the other night.
All right. So we love comedians. We absolutely love comedians. And here we're going to ramble for a second. And we watched the mainstream comedians. And there's this one that's not mainstream. I mean, he is mainstream.
Sure, he is kind of mainstream,
but
Ron White.
More definitely old dog. Like
Yeah.
my dad's comedian kind of guy.
But he did kind of make fun of himself for being gay but not gay. Like he was a little more out there.
He did some progressive stuff. But
Yeah.
man, he came out just swinging, and I was like, oh my God. Like he's probably, he's canceled in several communities. He definitely canceled.
My point was he started bringing up, I think he brought up vaginal rejuvenation in his comedy special. And his point was if a man has ever gotten you to the point where he can see your vagina, he's never going to turn down that vagina because of how it looks.
Yeah.
I forget what he said.
He was good. He's like, I'm here. I'm getting this right now.
It was something about
there is no ugly vagina when you're hot and horny and ready to go, I think was what it was.
It was, but he said he compared it. He had a metaphor. It was kind of like if you're already there, you're not going to not jump in. Go look up the joke.
There's lots of things he says that we don't necessarily agree with, but that's what comedy is. And we watched the Joe Rogan special last night for a little while. I got a little tired, sorry. I'm old dog. But he did say something funny. He opened a comedy club in Austin. And his haters said, Joe Rogan opened
The anti-woke comedy club.
The anti-woke comedy club. And he goes, you could have just said comedy club.
It's like that meat-filled steakhouse.
Yeah.
Comedy is anti-woke. That's the point.
That gets us to where we love, and that is you gotta just laugh at some of the shit in life. And you know what? Stop taking it all so serious. Dance, laugh, have fun, celebrate thy penis, celebrate thy love, celebrate even if you're in a interesting relationship where you're dating somebody that's younger than you and you found love. You don't have to follow the rules. Follow your heart, your mind, and your soul.
I'll cheers to that.
Cheers. Coffee in the morning, kids.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share with a friend, subscribe, and leave us a rating and review. Follow us at Harley and Malarkey Podcast on Instagram and send us a message to let us know what you want to hear next or have us answer your question on an upcoming episode. Tune in next week for more Old Dog New Tricks. Thank you for listening.